In today's episode, let's check out Nag Champa from Aurobindo Ashram. Namaste everyone, and welcome to Om Incense Show with DJ and SC, a show that helps you increase your incense quotient. So if you are an incense enthusiast, consider subscribing. हम अपने हिंदी सब्सक्राइबर्स से ये कहना चाहते हैं कि अभी जो हिंदी के एपिसोड्स हैं वो हम इस चैनल पर इसलिए नहीं डाल रहे हैं क्योंकि दिवाली के बाद हम आपके लिए एक नया चैनल बनाएंगे, हिंदी का चैनल, क्योंकि हिंदी एपिसोड्स को इस इंग्लिश चैनल पर ज़्यादा नहीं देखा जाता है। तो आपके लिए हम एक हिंदी चैनल अलग से बनाएंगे, तो आप प्लीज़ उसका इंतज़ार कीजिए और आते ही हम आपको बताएंगे। दिवाली के बाद हम उसको बनाएंगे तो हम आपको बताएंगे, तो आप वो उसको देख लीजिएगा। अभी के लिए यहाँ पर इस चैनल पर सिर्फ इंग्लिश एपिसोड्स आएंगे, तो अगर आपको बुरा लग रहा हो तो आई एम रियली सॉरी। And before we go ahead, I'd like to remind you of this Meri Pratham Sanskrit Pustika, which is a Sanskrit alphabet book for kids, link in description. And today is the 2nd of November and I would like to wish all of you a very happy Diwali. We have Diwali on 4th. So I hope all of you have a very good time. You know, play safe, play well, and do play crackers. That's the shagun, you must play it. You know, all the year round all of these vehicles and everything happens, and you know, only on Diwali they remember that the pollution has to be, the crackers cause pollution. When the crackers are burst for cricket or for wedding, it's no pollution, but when it's for Diwali, they say it's pollution. Well, there is a research to prove that the daily average pollution caused by vehicles in Delhi is much more than the one night that we play crackers. So I really feel that even if it's just a little bit, you must play crackers because it's the good shagun. And of course, you must light Diwali diyas everywhere and lights and whatever, and just be safe. So that's all I wanted to say. Before we go ahead, I'd just like you to know that in these kind of episodes, we first discuss the packaging of an incense, then we decode the fragrance of it, then we talk something about the incense world, and then we have a quiz, so you might want to be here till the end. So what we have here is a Nag Champa incense from Aurobindo Ashram. It's like this. It's a very simple packaging, and these are those tiny incenses. So there was just one blue tab on top, and that's all for the packaging here. So you see it's a simple plain plastic pouch, and there's a sticker on this which says Nag Champa. Burning time is 35 minutes. Net weight is 40 grams, and this is from Oroshikha. And this cost me around, I think the cost was 180 and I got it for 120, something like that. Or I think the cost was 140, but something like that. So this is what we got. And I did not get this online. I got this from the Shabda, the Aurobindo Ashram that's there in Sarvodaya Enclave. So I got it from there. So this is what we got. So the packaging is quite simple. There's nothing to describe in the packaging as such. And this is the incense. Can you see? This is the incense. It's like that. And it has this yellow bamboo, if you see that is there, and it's quite thin, and but it's sturdy enough, and if you have to put it on some incense holder, it'll go there. So that is there. You see the incense is around, it's like grayish, and it has a lot of masala on it. Not a lot, but you do find some masala on this, and it's thin and it's small, and it's like, if you see my palm, it's like that. That is the size of it. It's not very long, and as it says, the burn time is 35 minutes, and it's quite fragrant. The moment you open this and you smell this, you find that smell. And
from my hand it is big.
So the smell, like in all other Nag Champa, is sweetish, and almost all of the Oroshikha incenses have a base which is common to all the fragrances, like you have in pool. I find that in pool, there's one base fragrance which is common to all of the incenses, Is the same with this also. All of the Oroshika incense, there is this sweet kind of base that you find in almost all of their incenses, not the cones but the incense sticks. So you find that here also. And the fragrance, if at all, there is a slight resemblance to the Golok Nag Champa, not a lot but just a slight resemblance to it, and nothing, you know, nothing like the Satya Sai Nag Champa. So this Nag Champa is different. Let's light this up and check out the fragrance of it. That fragrance of burnt wood, which is common to all the incenses, of course you get that. And as I said, that sweet tinge, that sweetness of the incense fragrance, that's there. Even though there's no resemblance to Golok Nag Champa, you do get a slight hint of real champa flower. You do get a hint of that fragrance, you know, that champa flower fragrance is there. I had once got a whiff of that champa flower fragrance even from the Golok Nag Champa. You know, it was lit up at my puja altar, and I just moved into that room from the other room, and I just got that whiff. It was a very brief, you know, whiff of it, but I got it. So here you get that slight, you know, there in the base of the fragrance, you do find that fragrance of champa somewhere, you know, lying somewhere, and it gives a very beautiful feeling. It gives a very nice feeling to this. The fragrance overall is very mild, and it's not that in your face fragrance, it's very mild and it's nice. So if you like mild fragrances, and I would not say that the scent lasts long, but you will find a difference in the energetics of the house, you know, the energy pattern of the house once you've lit this up. So if you are, you know, if you're somebody sensitive enough to understand that, to be aware of that, you'll find that. But otherwise, if you are, you know, if you're not very sensitive to energy, you will at least find that the fragrance is good enough, because it is, if you like the mild fragrances, you like this because it is not that in your face fragrance and not very harsh. And this is the kind of fragrance that, you know, if it's lit somewhere in the background, you'll like it. So if you have, you know, guests come over, you might just want to place this somewhere so that, you know, you just have a good time with the guest, and, you know, the room is quite fragrant. Because if you're somebody like me and you're not quite comfortable with fragrance of the room fresheners, because I really can't, you know, bear those. So if you're somebody like that, you might want to use this, or place this in your balcony, or in the evenings, if you place this at the entrance of your main door, it's going to give a very good energy to the house. And like we say that, you know, it attracts Lakshmi, so that would be a good thing. So you might want to buy this and use this probably every Friday, because Friday is supposed to be the day of Lakshmi ji. So you might want to place this at least every Friday, if not at least, you know, if not every day. So that is the one thing I wanted you to know about this. So Nag Champa from Oroshika. So that is Nag Champa from Oroshika. Nice, cute. This Diwali, why not have you know, along with the lights that we have in our houses, let's make it a fragrant Diwali as well. So, you know, in certain spots in the house and wherever you have the diyas, probably in the balcony, in the corners of your rooms, and in probably one corner of your room, and in the puja altar and on the main gate, and all of those places, you might want to place incense cones and incense sticks, as in the dhoop sticks, or the bamboo-less incense, the joss sticks. You might want to place those around the house to give a nice energy to the house, and to give a nice fragrance to the house overall. So this Diwali, along with the lights, you might want to also light up some incenses in some corners of your house, and outside the main entrance of your house, and in the balconies and gardens and terrace and where not. You might just want to do this, and so that would be a good idea. Let's discuss about the quiz that I'd asked last time. So the quiz that I'd asked is, what is common between Palo Santo and Cedrus deodara, the Indian Devdar tree? So none of you have given the answer to it. Vidwatam ji said that those are both fragrant woods. Well, in that case, I would have asked about sandalwood and devdar, and not Palo Santo and devdar, because Palo Santo is something that you get, it is native to South America, and it belongs to this. The Latin name of it is Bursera graveolens. Bursera graveolens and Cedrus deodara. So what happens with Palo Santo is, even though people use the live tree, the therapeutic benefits of it, all the benefits that is promoted about the Palo Santo can only be available in that wood once the tree is dead and fallen. And when I say dead and fallen, I don't mean killed and fell. I mean you don't have to kill the tree. In that case, the therapeutics of it, the therapeutic benefit of it is not going to be there. Once the tree dies a natural death, probably because of whatever reason the tree dies. So when the tree dies and the wood is lying on the floor, it takes some time, it takes years for that therapeutic benefit of that tree to, find its space in that wood. So it takes, the oil or the resin that makes that wood therapeutic is only formed in that tree, in that wood, once the wood has died, once the tree has died a natural death and it has been lying on the floor for quite some time, for quite a few years. And this is the same thing that happens to Cedrus deodara also. Even though people use the live, barks and stuff from the live tree, which is known as Harit devdar, so green devdar, and you do get a little resin even when the tree is alive, and it has had some kind of attack by the insects, or probably there's a wood, there's a cut in the wood. So you do get the resins, but the basic therapeutics of it, the basic therapeutic energy of it is only found in the tree once the tree is dead and it has fallen, it has had a natural death and it has fallen on the floor, and it is there on the floor for quite a few years. That is when the oil and the resin of it develops, and it is the therapeutic property of the wood is energized or activated in that wood. So this is the one thing common between Palo Santo and Cedrus deodara. So they both get the therapeutic energy only once they die a natural death and they have been lying on the floor for quite a few years. The devdar which has been lying dead on the floor for quite a few years is known as Tel devdar, and that is where you get the resin and the natural oil of devdar from, the roots of it. So the roots and the woods are harvested, and then that's how you get it. And that is used in Ayurveda for most of respiratory issues and issues related to the women's reproductive system. So it is a very, very, very important medicine in Ayurveda for women. As for Palo Santo is like how we know that sage bleaches a space of its energy. Palo Santo is very good at driving away negative energy. So if you've had a fight in the house, or even if you don't share a good vibe with somebody you're living in the house, probably your spouse or your parents-in-law or anyone, just about anybody. If you're living in a PG, probably you will have other people staying with you and you might not be sharing a good vibe with them. So even that is cleansed with Palo Santo. That's what I've come to know, that once you start to do this regularly, you will find a difference in the vibe of the house. So that is the one thing that is worth noting. The other thing is Palo Santo, like it has been traditionally used in South America by those people, is like when somebody experiences a death of a near one, and they are unable to cope with that grief. They're taken in that room, they're taken in one room where you have the Palo Santo wood burning, and that person is left there for some time, probably with a guide or a practitioner, a medical practitioner, and he is able to release all the negative energy, all the grief that he or she has been holding because of the death of that loved one. So that is the one thing that they use Palo Santo for. So I just thought, it would be nice to know these things about Palo Santo, because So you know, sometimes when you do get into that kind of situation, you might want to use these words in that form. So the quiz for today is, what is the Latin name of Palo Santo? I just said it in the episode, so you might just want to check out the episode, once again. So what is the Latin name of Palo Santo? So if you think somebody can learn something from this, share it with them. If you liked it, give it a like. If you have any queries or concerns, just comment in the comment section below. And enjoy your Diwali and have a good time. So that was all for today's episode. Till we meet again next, take very good care of yourself. Namaste.